So about this time of year, every single year, there's always one or two people that will reach out to me and message me and say, what about ice dragons? I think I met an ice dragon in my meditation. I said, well, that's really rare actually, because ice dragons are really quite secretive. They don't just pop up and want to work with anyone. They're very selective about who they want to work with. And they can pop up at any time of year. They don't need to be in the winter season. But they're strongest at reaching out, communicating, connecting with others during the colder months of the year. But realistically, they can pop up in your meditation, in your dreams, in your literature, any time of year. Doesn't matter. Really doesn't. The thing that makes them quite unique is they are much usually harder to connect with. They work on a completely different frequency from other dragons in my experience. Now, bear in mind that I work with universal dragons, I work with timeline dragons, I work with elemental dragons, dragons that are deep angelic connections, and much, much more. When it comes to ice dragons, yes, they live in the astral planes like the rest of them, but their energy is a lot heavier, a lot more intense. They're exceptionally serious dragons. Most dragons you will meet or come into contact with, they have this very playful energy. They mean business, but they have a sense of humor about it, is the way I always put this. And they want to relate with you, so they'll understand human emotions. Ice dragons have this very stern demeanor to them. They are very, I almost want to say strict in how they would choose their words. They won't, if you try and bullshit, if you try and hide your gifts, you try and hide your power, you try and make excuses, that's it. Slam, door slam. You ain't getting any access to that ice dragon ever again. Never ever. You have to meet them where they're at. They're putting in the effort to connect with you. They're lowering your frequency. They're expecting you to rise your frequency. It is a team partnership, and that's what I say about all elementals. You got to show up with the respect, and you got to show up with the honor and respect that it is a team partnership right from the get-go. They don't ever see themselves as better than you, but they do see themselves as, I will work with you if you're willing to work with me. It is a respect game, 100%. These guys, their dimension that they're in is much more limited access. So that is part of the reason you won't hear so many people talk about ice dragons. They are very good at what they do. They can help you unpack a lot of emotional trauma. They can help you in many ways, but they're not the easiest ones, and they're not the most frequent ones you'll hear people talk about either. I'm wishing you all an amazing day.